Good morning, students. Welcome to your basic science class. In our first class, we have discussed about plants, photosynthesis, the process of photosynthesis, how it takes place. Today, we are going to discuss something related to photosynthesis. At the end of today's lesson, you will be able to understand the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. At the end of today's lesson, you will be able to understand the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. So, let's move to the topic. As we know, photosynthesis takes place in plants only, not in animals, isn't it? And we discussed the factors that helps to conduct photosynthesis in plants. What are they? Sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, minerals. Then something is in the leaves, that is chlorophyll. In our last class, we have discussed chlorophyll is a green color pigment. Do you remember that? I have mentioned chlorophyll is a green color pigment. What is the common color of leaves? Leaves have green color, right? So the reason for leaves green color is chlorophyll. So chlorophyll gives green color to the leaves. That helps to conduct photosynthesis in plants. We don't have chlorophyll in our body because chlorophyll is a green color pigment. It gives that green color to the plants. So if we have green color in our body will be green in color. Just imagine if we humans are having green color pigment in our body, we all will be in green in color, right? But there is a benefit. Sometimes we may be able to conduct photosynthesis and prepare our own food just by using sunlight and water and carbon dioxide. But in real life, it's not happening, isn't it? So you can just imagine such things. So chlorophyll gives green color to the plants. Now the question is, do all plants have green color? You can see some examples. There are many plants with different colors of leaves, isn't it? Sometimes the whole body of the plant will be in a different color, isn't it? The leaves will be red in color, maroon color, then white color leaves, yellow color leaves are there, isn't it? So when we are checking these plants with different color leaves or the colors which is not green, is there any chance of presence of chlorophyll in those plants? Are they preparing their own food by photosynthesis? Just think, if a plant's leaf is in a different color, not in green color, maybe maroon or red color, is there the process photosynthesis present in that plant? Let's do one small experiment to check, is it possible to conduct photosynthesis in a plant with a different color leaves. For example, you can take amaranthus, red amaranthus. After taking red amaranthus, you can rub the red amaranthus in a white color paper. Here, instead of red amaranthus, I'm taking a red color leaf which is from Coleus plant. Maybe you have this plant in your home, so you can take a different color leaf, not green color. Okay, you can take a leaf which is not green in color. Then after taking that, rub it on a paper. Rub it on a paper like this. Okay. After rubbing it, you keep it the for few minutes and you can observe the color after some time. So now I am keeping this paper here. You will observe the color after a few minutes or at the end of this class. So when we are rubbing a different color leaf in a white color paper, you can see some color changes. So do that experiment, try that experiment by using different colors of leaf. Chlorophyll gives green color to plants, leaves and body. So plants appear green in color commonly. There are plants with other color also. What gives color to those plants? Is that photosynthesis takes place in those plants also? The answer is yes. Photosynthesis takes place in all plants, even if it is green color or red color or yellow color leaf, whatever it is, photosynthesis takes place in all these plants. The thing is, the color of the leaves are different. Now the question is, when we discussed about photosynthesis, we said chlorophyll is required to conduct photosynthesis. And do these plant leaves, which is red in color, do they have chlorophyll in it? The answer will be yes. They have chlorophyll in it. As I have shown, as we rub a piece of paper in that leaf, the color of the paper changes to green in color. Now you can see the color changes to green in color. The color of the leaf was in maroon color or dark red, we can say. And when we rub it in a white color paper, the color changes to green color. That means this leaf contains green color pigment in it, because it gives green color in the white paper, right? That means that leaf contains green color pigment in it. That means it contains chlorophyll in it, which is green color pigment. So all the plants contains chlorophyll in it, their leaves contains chlorophyll in it. That chlorophyll helps to conduct photosynthesis. But there are plants with other leaves color also. They contain chlorophyll in their leaf, but that chlorophyll's color is hidden by some other things or substances. You know what are they? There are pigments with different colors also. There are pigments with red color, yellow color. You can see some leaves are yellow and green mixed color. Some leaves are white in color. Some leaves are red in color, red and green color mixed, and white color dots in leaves, isn't it? So there are different colored pigments present in leaves. Okay, for example, xanthophyll appear yellow in color, and carotene appear yellowish orange, and anthocyanin appear red in color. So these pigments gives different colors to the leaves and to maybe sometimes to the whole plant, as we have discussed about red amaranthus, chuvanna chira, red amaranthus, that shows red color. When we are making the curry also, when we cooking also, the water color also changes to red color, but they also have chlorophyll in their leaves. That chlorophyll helps in photosynthesis. Okay, but what about the flowers and stem? Some different flowers are having different color, right? Hibiscus is having red color, sunflower is having yellow color, and there are some rose flowers with different color roses are there, isn't it? What can be the reason for different colors in different flowers? Yes, the reason is same. Pigments. Colored pigments are present in leaves, sometimes in flowers. Different color pigments are present in fruits also. The color of orange, apple, watermelon, pineapple, all these things are different, right? The color is different. These colors are because of the pigments present in that particular fruit or flower. Okay, so next time when you see a red color plant, you should know that red color of the plant is because of a particular pigment, color pigment. Like we are painting the wall or paper, when we are painting on, if you have a white color paper, on that white color paper, if you are painting with red color, the color of the paper changes to red. Same concept is here. Okay, so pigments are giving colors to plants, parts, fruits, flowers, and stem and all. Okay, Now we are moving to the next session, as we said in the beginning, photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis and respiration. Let's see a diagram. Okay, in this diagram you can see photosynthesis is shown in one place and respiration is shown in another side, isn't it? Am I right? We said photosynthesis takes place only in plants, but respiration takes place in animals and plants also. So don't confuse with this. Plants also have to respire. Respiration takes place in plants also. So what we are doing during respiration, or what plants are doing during respiration and photosynthesis, that's what we are going to check now. So during photosynthesis, plants are absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and they are releasing oxygen to the atmosphere. Isn't it? The same case, what we are doing during respiration, we and plants both are absorbing oxygen. When we breathe in, air goes to our lungs and we are absorbing oxygen only. The remaining things are coming out with carbon dioxide. That means we are absorbing, we are breathing in oxygen and breathing out the other gases, including carbon dioxide. So during respiration, breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide, isn't it? But during photosynthesis, it is opposite. Carbon dioxide is taken in and oxygen is released. During respiration, oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is released. That is the difference between photosynthesis and respiration. Okay, so once again, look at the picture clearly. Plants are absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen during photosynthesis, but plants and animals during respiration absorbing oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Now can you guess, during night time it is not advised to sleep or sit under trees. Why? What can be the reason? Any guess? The reason is same. During night time there is no sunlight. When there is no sunlight, no photosynthesis. At that time plants are taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. They are not producing oxygen. During daytime also plants are respiration. During daytime also respiration is there in the plants. They are releasing carbon dioxide, but compared to photosynthesis, that percentage is low. So it's better to sit under the trees during daytime, especially in noontime when it is sunny. When we are sitting under trees, we will feel relaxed and cool, isn't it? Yeah, if you're sitting under a banyan tree and all, you feel relaxed. You can see many pictures and you can also experience that one. Okay, but during night it's not good to sit or sleep under a tree because plants are respiring or they are breathing out carbon dioxide. They are not giving us oxygen during night time. At that time we both are same, we humans or we animals and plants are same during night time. Okay, so remember these points. During photosynthesis what happens and during respiration what happens. Okay, now next question is, if you are keeping indoor plants at your home, there are many indoor plants at your home, is it good or bad? When you are keeping indoor plants in your home, is it good or bad? What is your opinion? In daytime, if sunlight comes into the room, what will happen? Photosynthesis will take place. Plants will absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. It's good for us. But during night time, what will happen? During night time, plants will absorb oxygen and they will release carbon dioxide, isn't it? So you can decide by yourself, it is good or bad. Keeping indoor plants is good or bad. Okay, now I'm going to give you an activity, a small question. Find out the color pigment present in hibiscus and sunflower, or find out what gives color to hibiscus and sunflower. Okay, so find out the name of these pigments present in hibiscus and sunflower. Okay, so find out that answer, and in homework session I will submit the question. In your WhatsApp group also you can see the question and find out the answer and submit it fast. Okay, very easy one, right? So that's all for today. Study this topic photosynthesis properly. If you have any doubt, if you have anything more to add, you can clarify the doubts in our live session. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.